Hey everyone, Scott here, and today in this video I'm going to be covering some of the accessories that I either currently use or have used in the past while playing the game. I'm probably going to do a separate video where I cover like how I store the cards when I'm not actually using them to play. But yeah, in this video I'll just be covering some of the accessories that I use when I'm playing the game, and I'll give some recommendations of how to find similar products or maybe even the same products, and just some general thoughts on them. So I thought I would start first with Playmats. So this is the first kind of playmat I had technically. A few weeks into playing the game I decided to pick up this here. This I found on Amazon for like, I think it was like £20. It came from China, took a few weeks to get here. And they had a few different like My Hero Academia designs of it. So this is the one I chose, just because of all the different characters it has. The main downside to this thing, really, because like it did its job pretty well, like the job of a playmat is just to give you like a consistent kind of surface you can play on kind of anywhere. You just take this with you, and as long as you got a flat surface you can put this down. And then you have a good kind of surface for like playing. You can move your cards around, they're not gonna like get caught on anything, they're not gonna slide all over the place kind of unpredictably. Like I said, this one was not listed as like a playmat for playing card games. It was like a mouse / keyboard mat, like a desktop thing. And actually now that I've stopped using it for playing the Dragon Ball Super card game, I do actually use it with my keyboard and mouse on here. That's the one thing about it. It's not even all on camera. You can see it's quite wide. And that is eventually the reason that I decided to get rid of it, or get a new playmat and stop using this for the card game. Is just this would take up too much space on the table. So either like there'd be a game sitting next to us and they'd have to put like the edge of their playmat over my playmat, or I'd have to hang it over the edge of the table slightly so that I wasn't just taking up all the space on the table. It's also slightly not tall enough in my opinion. Like I got some random leaders sitting here, so it's just about big enough to get 3 like portrait mode, I guess you would say, cards on it. And with the way the game is, you generally would have like your leader up here, you'd have your battle cards then, you'd have your energy here. And it just, I felt like it didn't quite give you enough room to like combo in the middle. It was very tight space, because you don't want your cards to be right up on the edge either. So yeah, that was the main reason I got rid of it. Like I say, it did its job. I used it for a good few months, probably even close to a year. And yeah, so that's one thing you want to keep in mind if you are looking for either to get your first playmat or to get a new playmat. You can also have a look around a place like Amazon and eBay for mouse mats as well. Really the only 2 things you need to keep in mind is the size, which it should say, but also some mouse mats are like rigid, so you probably don't want to get one of those. You get ones where maybe it's like a little bit flexible, but it's like it's meant to lay flat and solid and not be rolled up, kind of the way this one is and the way most playmats are. So yeah, this was the first playmat, like I said, that I had, and then eventually I got this one custom printed from Patriot Games, which are here in the UK in Sheffield. They have a website specifically to get in like TCG accessories, I think maybe even some wargaming accessories, like custom printed. I think it's called Custom Patriots. And I ordered this playmat from them. This was the design I landed on. This is from the Dragon Ball Z Game Boy Color game. I believe it was called Legendary Super Warriors. It's just some of the pixel art kind of story sequence from the game. There's quite a few to choose from. I ended up going with this one. This, I believe, cost me £25. So really not much more expensive than this playmat. I think the aspect ratio, or the size I guess you would say, on this one's a bit better. like compared to the other one where you could just about get 3 portrait mode cards. This one, it's not a massive increase, but it's like you can almost get a 4th one in there, but I think just for like it gives you a bit more space in between your kind of battle cards and energy to kind of combo, or if you have a really full kind of battle area, at a certain point you may need to start like overlapping cards. I know with the King Cold deck that I've been playing recently, a lot of the field cards, I tend to like overlap them so they're not going all the way across the map. So just having that extra bit of space there that you can, like, when you want a combo is, I think, worth it in my opinion. They did a really good job printing it as well. This one also has a stitched edge. You can get them without stitched edges. Like this one here that I did mention, this has a stitched edge. It only added, I think, about £5 to the price to get the, or might have even been less than that, to actually get the stitched edge. I think it's definitely worth it, just because you don't want the edge of your mat to be kind of fraying. But I'm really happy with this one. This is the main one I use when I play. This is also the main one that I use on video as well. I've been considering getting a new one. I was thinking of maybe doing the thing that a lot of like card game YouTubers do, where they get like their channel logo on a playmat. I may end up doing that, or I may not. But if I do, I will end up getting it from, like I say, Custom Patriots was the website in the UK. Obviously, I can't speak to any other kind of print on demand or custom printing kind of websites. Obviously, haven't used any ones other than Custom Patriots. And they also have really good customer service, actually, Custom Patriots, because Aaron, who I've mentioned in a few of my videos now, he recently got a Jiren playmat custom printed through Custom Patriots, and he ordered it with the stitched edge. But they sent him one that didn't have a stitched edge on it. And he got in touch with them, and they basically redid the order, sent him out a new one with the correct stitched edge and everything. And he kept the like original one as well. So yeah, they have really good customer service, like if there's any issues. So I would highly recommend Custom Patriots if you want to get a custom printed playmat. Now, the only other type of playmat I have any kind of experience with are these official ones, the official Dragon Ball Super ones, which you get usually for either participating in or winning a tournament. I've got about 3 of these here in the past year, just from taking part in like different regionals and winning different tournaments. The sizes do have changed at one point. So this is a slightly older one. This first one I put down, the winner one. You can see these kind of new ones are basically the exact same size as the custom one I have, whereas this slightly older one, you can see, hopefully this is coming across on camera, it's just slightly kind of smaller across all the different dimensions. I think the difference is this one was made by Bandai, and these more recent ones, they must have partnered with Ultra Pro. You can see here, Ultra Pro. These are often available to buy, places like eBay, even like TCG Player, I think maybe, or Card Market. I know Card Market for sure, I'm not 100% on TCG Player. You will see people selling theirs, so it is an option for you if you wanted to kind of buy these, even though like down there it says not for sale. I think that's more for the stores, just so they don't sell them, although I have seen some stores selling them on eBay even. So yeah, if you play the card game long enough and you enter like regionals or tournaments and stuff and you do well, you're going to end up with some of these playmats anyway. But I think they're a decent option. Again, at the end of the day, they do what they're meant to do. They give you a good surface to kind of play the game on. There's really nothing I can say about them, you know. No complaints I can really have, except for these older ones being a bit small, like I say. There are also, so Ultra Pro, I guess, at the point that Bandai started partnering with them, you can actually just straight up buy some Ultra Pro, like Dragon Ball themed playmats. They're like ones that are only available to buy, they're not like given out as prizes. I would assume they're the same quality as these participation prize playmats you get. I have seen people about using them, I've just never used them myself personally. I guess the main thing that these don't have, that the other two playmats I was showing before do have, is these don't have any kind of stitched edge. I've not had any issues with like these fraying, but at the same time I haven't actually used them that often. I've used them maybe once or twice each. In fact, I don't think I used this one at all. I've maybe done like a video with it and that's about it. So I've not had too much of an issue with like there not being a stitched edge, but like I say, I haven't used them enough to where there might have started to be an issue. So that's the one thing you need to bear in mind with these kind of playmats. Yeah, and that's it for playmats. Next up I'm going to start talking about some sleeves.